Getting ready for the DAX here. It's 10 minutes to the open. Big sell-off here. And the Nasdaq after the close of yesterday. That was the close. Hold on a second. Wow, it's unbelievable what it's doing. It closed a big bear bar down here. And then it gapped up 2% before the open, and then it closed up here. A big bull bar with basically closing on its high. What a sick market at the moment. It's so confusing. It's really confusing. Big sell-off. Huge sell-off. Then it opens gap up and closes a bar on its high. Like that is just unreal price action. Let's have a look at how the DAX went yesterday. Bull channel. I drew this line here for a possible head and shoulders top. I thought this was a sell zone because longs were trapped above there. So if you're looking at this open here, you might be thinking I'm going to buy a breakout above lower, higher, whatever you're thinking, I don't know. But anybody who did buy above there immediately got trapped and a new low was made. If you're a swing trader holding position like that, you're very worried if it just does this against you. And sometimes what happens is, if it makes a new low especially, I think the probability is high that bulls are going to be disappointed by that. And they're going to, if it goes back up there, get out break even. Creates a bit of selling. I think that longs are getting out break even, they're selling their positions. And then sells off a bit. Have to see how it plays out today. However, I still think this level down here is important, the close of last week, because that gap is open. And if I look on the chart, for the last year on the weekly chart, the market's been in a trading range. And every gap to the close of the prior week was filled eventually. There is a really high probability that gap will close, but I'm not sure if it will do it today, tomorrow, Wednesday next week, Friday next week. But I'm just looking for it. So this one closes at 1 o'clock my time in the morning. So the close of the DAX was right there. The high, oh shit, leave that one there. Yep, the high of yesterday would have been, yep, the last bar, so right there. And the low was made here at 7 PM my time. I was very surprised when it reversed here. It opened, went up, yep, and started coming down. I was very surprised to see a major trend reversal. I thought it was going to come down to the close of last week. Based on the evidence though, look at the weekly chart and saw gaps and you bet on them to get filled, you would have made money 100% of the time in the last year. That's why I think it's a really high probability that that gap gets filled. So if you saw this gap down and you bet on it to get filled, eventually you made money. If you saw any gap up or gap down here, like there, to this week, and it closed open down there, and you just press buy, eventually you made money. That's why I think it's important. It seems to me like the market overall has been in a trading range for the last week. And yesterday things closed towards the high of the trading range, so everything's been drifting lower a little bit. Okay. The last 3 days, the pre-market and the opening hour of trading have been really bullish, and then it's sold off. Same today, apparently. Will it finally get some traction and break out today?
We currently have a high of...
Just watching Tom Hood out a little bit.
$25.030. So buy order about 47. 31. Oh, now it's frozen. 31. 10 seconds. Don't panic. 38, 48, 53. There we go. And let's do the 15. That would sell here.
He's doing something with his espresso technique.
Okay. So let's see what we can make of this session. I don't know really what to expect. I'm gonna get filled in the DAX, early fill in the DAX. 25.056 with a stop loss at 24.976. see unfilled.
I mean, if the bulls keep banging up against this price, eventually they'll get a breakout. And broad bull channel, yeah. By definition, that is more likely to break out to the downside, but I don't know what. It's just confusing. It's a really confusing market. Tom's buying the DAX aggressively.
103.
He already has 2 positions open. Gosh, finish my food. I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Positive and the negative in the FTSE.
I think he might be onto something today in the DAX, buying it aggressively. Friday can get big trend days.
Stand by for a long position in the FTSE down here on an order at 388.
And it's been threatening to break out for the last 3 days. Okay. So first 5 minutes is bullish with a decent tail on top. Trading above, briefly above the high of yesterday, but nonetheless closing a bull bar that's closing above its high, above its 50% point. So it's not weak. It's a decent bull bar. It's moderate. Wow, my chart lagged there. About like 30 seconds. I thought about buying the close of this bull bar. I'm gonna look for something to buy here. I think. Just gonna mute Tom's channel and focus on my own thing here. This looks like a decently strong open. Had I bought bar 1, I'd be looking for at least up here, above the high of the week. No, equal highs with the high of the week. It's really parabolic now, breaking out of a bull channel, but things get like that sometimes when they're about to break a high of the week, and the acceleration just doesn't stop. This could potentially be one of those days where where bar 1 remains the low of the day, I think. Just going to use the 9-period moving average as a sort of reference point. Potentially buy it. I would like to be a part of some breakout to the upside if it does happen. FTSE appears to be more range bound than the DAX. Thinking about just pressing buy, it feels a bit ham-fisted, but I think it's going higher now. It's really threatening to break out above the high of the week now. I'm just going to buy the market here. Bought the close of bar 2. See if I can be right about something in the DAX for once. thought about doubling my risk here and scaling into a long at a better price. My chart's not updating. This is now losing again. Not really seeing much from the bears at the moment, which makes me want to press harder. I'm going to buy it again here. I'm now risking about 1.5% on this trade. Sensing a possible opportunity, but it needs to show something. It's trading at the high of the week for the third time this week. Bull close coming on the 5-minute bar. So 3 consecutive bull bars now. I'd really like to see this next bar accelerate up now. And just prove the breakout. It's not doing that. Do have my stops in place, but I'm wondering about the position of them. A strong bull close on the first 15-minute bar. Really strong. It's the high of the week's up here. Making some okay profit at the moment. Just gonna get rid of that line because it's confusing me a little bit. Okay, so maybe the first target is here, 25,099. a measured move up of bar 1. A little bit nervous now because I don't know what to do with the position. Whether to move my stops up or feel like moving them to break even is too close. If it pulls back a little bit more. Oops. And I also don't want to get married to this trade. Coming down again now. Bear bar closing in 14 seconds. 3 bull bars, 1 bear bar. 1 weak looking bear bar. Oh, that's not nice. Maybe this DAX is just not going to do anything this week. Just sell off again and be range bound. Yeah. Some buyers trying to step in there below profile low. Can we get up to what I think is the first target up here, 25,099? Very tentative. Here we go. That's the first target. Okay. I'm going to take profit here. That was a really good trade in the end. A really good scalp. It made me a little over $580. I wanted to take profit because I think that this is the first target. But I have seen it, when this happens, I've seen it just rocket through on this kind of open. And I've noticed in strong bull trends the 9 EMA often is a support level where people buy more. I'm going to take that off now because I don't usually use it to trade, but I was sensing something here because if it keeps banging up against this level up here, trying to go higher, it will eventually break out. I think it was, in the end, quite right to take profit there because that is a logical target if you bought bar 1. So the measured move of bar 1. If you buy bar 1, you've just made your 1-to-1. So that is a profit-taking area, whichever way you look at it. Even if it goes higher, that is a logical place to take profit. And I am a scalper, so I take profit. A little bit more quickly. And then I try to look for more opportunities later. Wow, strong from the DAX here. Strong. A little bit ham-fisted with the entry. But sometimes in a strong open like this, it will just print a high one long here, and it'll fuck off, and you'll never get a chance to get it again. So, you just gotta take the risk. I think my stop was a bit ham-fisted as well, because I sort of didn't know where to put it. I definitely didn't want to put it below the low of the day. So the funny thing is I exited here where my idea of a profit target is, but Tom Hugard has just bought up here. He's probably right. This is a strong trend from the open. I mean, it looks like a strong trend from the open. This bar has just broken out again. So bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bar 5 is another breakout. And the beginning of a second leg up. And look at when the market moved below prior bar low on the 5-minute. I think I was saying in my yesterday's video, if you buy there, you want to see it do something immediately. And it did exactly that. I didn't plan to have a long session today. I want to go skating. probably won't be trading for much longer. I've spent enough of my emotional and mental capital on the DAX this week. It's been a difficult week in the DAX. Feels good to get a win. I got an okay win yesterday. I made about $500, but it's just felt really unrewarding looking at the DAX. It's interesting. Gold is down. It's a big bear trend in gold today. Wow, that's incredible. I was too tired to look at it. I was watching the World Cup, Bosnia, Switzerland. So I slept till midday because of that. I normally don't watch sport, but Bosnia's playing, Australia's playing, Croatia's playing. I like Scotland as well. For some reason I love Scotland, even though I've never been there. Sweden is playing. I have family in Sweden. Norway is playing. I kind of like Norway because of Haaland. I think their fans are really cool. They are very, very passionate. I like Iran to do well. I watched the Iran game. I think Iran's got a tough game coming up against Belgium. Let's see, Iran. They played a 2-2 against, I think, New Zealand. Yeah, they played against New Zealand. 2-2. Yeah, Iran, Belgium coming 5 a.m. this morning, so I might have to watch that too. I don't normally watch sport because I feel like it's like for kids, but this World Cup, I have a lot of teams there that I want to see do well. Look at the odds, Belgium, Iran, 67 to 12.5%. It's a really tough game against Belgium. They're a good side. Bosnia got thrashed 4-1 against Switzerland. They deserved it. They're just playing too defensive, just bunk it up. We're lacking midfield. There's not one player that can just like take the ball and turn around and start some kind of attack in midfield. They're just all looking to pass back. No threats, and then when Switzerland had possession, they just sit back and let them play around with the ball. And we allowed Switzerland to look like they're Barcelona. An average side look like Barcelona against us. Because we just don't press them. We just let them play with the ball. Yeah, they deserve this loss for sure. Unfortunately. Of course I want to see them do well, but they were not very impressive. If I'm brutally honest. So I think what's going on here is anything can happen. Like this could just keep rocketing higher. But I really think that this is a logical profit taking area and a logical time for a pullback. A logical place for a pullback, a rational place to take profit because you've got a target there, a clear target. It doesn't get much more clear than that. And I think on the open here, there are people who look at this and look at the breakout and the follow through, and they're like, I wish I bought bar one. And then they put their limit order there. And look what happens when it pulls back to the close of bar one. It pulls back here, so people are long the close of bar one, and they're looking for a one-to-one, and that is a profit-taking area. So it's a natural place to expect a pullback. But it could just keep going higher, of course. But I think if I'm in a scalp, that's like a logical target. I don't want to get too greedy, because whenever I do in the DAX, it doesn't work out that well for me. But the logical thing to expect here is a spike and a bull channel. So maybe something like this. I mean, it will change obviously if the price action keeps printing bearish price action, but some kind of bull channel like this, maybe. Spike in a channel is a pretty normal sort of way that trends tend to develop on multiple time frames as well. And then maybe if something really climactic happens above the high of the week, maybe it gets a climactic breakout above the channel and then falls back into the channel and starts channeling up again. But for now, even though I have this in my mind, close of last week, price action's bullish, so I think taking a long there was at least a 55, if not like 60% probability that it's going to go at least a little bit higher. It'd be really funny if I come back from skating and the market's up here. It's like 300 points higher or 200 points higher. I won't cry. I'll just look for the next opportunity. This is really incredible from the pre-market. Look at all these bull bars for the last 2.5 hours. Or 2.5 hours. Just bull bar, bull bar, bull bar, bull bar, bull bar, bull bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Potentially 8 bull bars now on the 20-minute chart. And about 16, 15 on the 10-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 bull bars on the 5-minute chart. On the 10-minute chart. It certainly looks bullish at the moment. This really does look like one of those days where it's just going to keep grinding higher. occasional surges up, big surges up. I think right now it is taking on the character of a spike and channel bull trend. So it's kind of a small pullback bull trend where you get kind of a bad buy signal bar here, a bear bar, and it gets huge follow through. And it might do this all day. But yeah, I've had just about enough of the DAX this week, so I'm just going to end the video and get ready to go skating. Yeah, I've spent enough time looking at the DAX this week.